Right. In the previous API exercise, we saw how to write a quick API test using login, and we passed on the data that came out of login, basically the ID to the customer ID that we need to validate the customer's API and get some results out of it. Right. So now let's look at how to kind of make this a little better. So yeah, we have the URL which is used for our basically our UI test, right? So now uh, let's also add the API URL here and make it a little more easier for us to handle these URLs across all tests. So I've set a new API based URL. I need to make some changes in the way the config is run. So I must add basically API URL in my interface. So once that is done, I must also add API URL here as well. Basically, it's the API base URL. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, now this will read the API base URL also from the config.yml file. So the API test has login, and login is something that we will be using time and again, right? So why don't we just start creating some helper classes? So let me create a new folder and call it as API helpers. And start a login helper. This, and start writing the login helper class. I just have to import a few things here, which is I want to still validate the results, or I'll import X, sorry, expect, and then write the login helper class. Write a static method, and we need request. Request is any type, it could be anything. So let's use any type there, and then we need password. This is fine, apart from username, and we need to pass on some URL, which basically will be read by the customer test that we have, right? So API base URL is equal to URL. And I need to store this login response somewhere. I can just copy paste this. Basically, I don't have to write everything from scratch, right? Further, I will cut it and test it here, integrate this. Yeah. So yeah, so we have written the login class. Might close this. Just added one more bracket here. Let's validate if the login response is okay. And we need to return this login data, right? So let's call it as login data. I will response dot JSON. In this case, I'm just going to return the ID, which is useful for the other tests. But yeah, maybe we can just leave it as login data and then pass this in the next file also. I'm going to import this function. Just give me 1 second. All right, I'm reading the credentials here. So I'll import the login helper from API helper. So the base URL is anyways fetched. So I'm just going to modify this. Let's comment this for now and delete it later. So I'll get the base URL in here. Oh, hang on. It must be API URL if I'm right. Just give me 1 second. API URL. All right. So once I get the API URL, I need to start validating the details, right? So this I anyways get it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I need to get this details first. So let me move this up into the test case. So all that I need is to get the customer ID, which is the login helper.login. Basically the request, login, password, and I'm passing on the API URL. All right, now once the so now I have the customer ID. And yeah, I need to also construct the API base URL because I'm going to use it here again. So that's there. And what else do I need? I may not need anything else here. Okay. Yeah, pretty much the same as here. I'm just going to copy this bit here. So get the customer response, the customer ID is fetched. Now I need to validate this customer response. So I'll also make this here. I'm sorry. Validate after I get the response also. And I don't need this step. All right, so this looks all right. Let me see the when this test runs. There was one small failure. Basically, yeah, the API base URL is case sensitive. So when I handle this, I need to make sure that the U is lowercase. And once I fix that, and then started running it, I think it started working. So you can see all the tests are passing on. Right. So yeah, now the code is much more cleaner. So you can reuse login as many times as you want. Make sure that the return is basically the entire JSON and not just the ID. With this, you can make sure that your code is highly reusable as well.